Jasmine Crockett fiercely calls out Trump and the entire Republicans on MSNBC.
No, you really. You were Texas state legislator, Jasmine Crockett. This is wild. They're not sugarcoating this at all. They're telling you what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Oh, I mean, they are trying to sugarcoat it a little bit. You just played a clip of Representative Hunter, and I was there when he was giving those remarks. And when asked by another colleague whether or not they were doing this at the prompting of the Department of Justice, at the prompting of Donald Trump, he said, "I don't know what you're talking about." And they were like, but you do realize that Donald Trump said he wanted 5 seats, and this map gives him 5 seats. He's like, I haven't heard that. So I'm just like, what are we doing, right? Like, I mean, seriously, how is it that you haven't heard that? And this is just your magic number that you came up with. Yeah.
Coincidentally, the same as Donald Trump's magic number. Talk to me about people across this country, Democrats in particular, who are having a personal and emotional struggle with the idea that they feel like political partisan gerrymandering, obviously racial gerrymandering is supposed to be against the law, but political partisan gerrymandering is a bad thing. And a lot of these states have moved to bipartisan commissions because redistricting does have to happen. Populations change. How do you feel about the struggle that some Democrats are having with this right now?
Listen, I think that the struggle is good because it means that you still have a moral compass. Unfortunately, in the government that we are enduring at this moment, there is no morality. There is nothing but lawlessness, and there is nothing but power grabs at the expense of so many innocent people. And if we are going to preserve our democracy in this moment, this is the way that we have to engage in this fight. Now, once we get control back, listen, Democrats, I need y'all to listen to me clearly. When I say that once we get control back, we have to be just as aggressive, if not more aggressive than the Republicans, to do right by the people. It is time for us to rebuild the trust with the American people. Unfortunately, they did not trust us, and that's exactly why we got here. It's not because Donald Trump is so great. It's not because he put up such great numbers. Unfortunately, so many Democrats stayed at home because they just did not believe that we would fight for them. But this is why I'm so proud of my former colleagues from the State House, because Texas Democrats, well, we do everything bigger in Texas, including fight as Democrats.
So let's talk about what happens here. And I think this might be why some people across the country are struggling with this. This is not a Texas problem. If Texas creates 5 more House of Representative seats, that's an America thing. Right? That could be the distinction. That could be the difference between Republicans keeping hold of Congress in the midterm elections or not.
No, it absolutely could be. I mean, think about it this way. Right now, the Democrats should control the House, but we don't. And the only reason we don't control the House isn't because we didn't work hard, isn't because we didn't raise money, isn't because we didn't put up good candidates, but it is because North Carolina, as soon as they ended up with a Republican majority on that Supreme Court, decided to redraw the lines again. And instead of that state being 7-7, which sounds like how that state has historically been voting, instead now the congressional delegation is 10 Republicans and 4 Democrats. They took 3 seats away from us, and those 3 seats would have made the difference in having a Speaker Johnson and a Speaker Jeffries. And, well, one of those is bigger, better, and greater than the other, and I'm sure you know which one that is.
Let's talk about what the options are here. California is looking at an option that says, let's put this to a vote and let the voters say that they've got a right to do mid-decade redistricting. New York is ready to trigger a bill that says if somebody else does it, we can fight back. Illinois, of course, being particularly helpful to those Texas Democrats, who, by the way, Senator John Cornyn has asked the FBI to get involved and find, arrest, or bring back the Texas legislators.
Yeah, this is interesting. Clearly, my senator. Now, listen, I'm about to tell all of MSNBC a secret. I actually don't hate Senator Cornyn at all. And right now, what we have is a senator who actually is a real Republican who's doing everything that he can to make it seem like he's a MAGA Republican so that he can get through his primary. But Senator Cornyn, this is not him. This is somebody that sat on our Supreme Court. in the state of Texas. This is somebody who typically works in a very bipartisan way, unlike Senator Cruz. This is somebody who is literally doing everything that he can to hopefully get some of that MAGA base that is riled up to vote for our corrupt attorney general, because now I'm convinced the only way that you can succeed with MAGA is you got to cheat on your wife, you got to have some felonies hanging over your head, you got to do something that makes you a little saucy before they will get behind you. And that's exactly who A.G. Paxton is. And unfortunately, he is consistently leading in the primary polls on the Republican side. And so Senator Cornyn knows that the FBI can't get involved and ain't gonna get involved as it relates to some little civil situation that was signed off on by the Speaker of the Texas House. But the MAGA base won't know that.
Are you concerned that Paxton might get away with this business of trying to expel Texas legislators?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Because I know the Texas Constitution. So the only way that he gets away with that is if our Supreme Court decides that they want to throw away our Constitution. And frankly, the only thing that we've seen these courts really stand by just a little bit has been the Constitution. And in 2021, when I broke quorum, there were a number of court cases that came about, and this particular Supreme Court said that this was a political issue, and therefore they had no ability to step in and to preside over it. And so I think that they'll arrive at the same conclusion, because our Texas state constitution specifically allows for and talks about a quorum break. And that's why this isn't the first or the second or the third quorum break in the history of the state of Texas.
The former Texas legislator and current United States House of Representative member Jasmine Crockett. Good to see you again. Thank you for being with us tonight.
What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.